Ryan Brown from J. Ryan Brown Law, talking about DUI defense today, and something I've seen change just even over the past 4 or 5 years, and why that is. 4 or 5 years ago, when we were doing DUI cases, almost everyone that was charged was asked to do a breath test, right? So the cops would ask someone, will you submit to a chemical testing of your breath? And if you said yes, they took you to the station, you blew into the big Intoxilizer 9000 or whatever it was, and they would get a reading, and that would be used against you, okay? And at that time, if you said no to that breath test, they could also use that against you, okay? But the courts have now realized that the government asking you to do something, to proactively do something, is asking you to incriminate yourself. And we have the right not to incriminate ourselves. And when we have rights and we invoke them, the prosecution is not allowed to use them against you. Now look, the prosecutors want to use it against you. They're mad when changes like this happen. But once it was held that you tell the cops, hey, I'm not blowing into that machine for you because I got the right to remain silent and I'm going to use it, officers responded and said, hey, we're going to start asking for blood tests, because the courts have distinguished between breath and blood. They say that breath, when they make you give breath or ask you to do breath, that is requiring you to do something that may incriminate yourself, and that they can't use your refusal, your invocation of your right against you. But that blood is different, because blood doesn't require you to do anything. They're just passively taking blood from you, which is different, the courts say, than making you blow into a machine. I see where they come from, but it still doesn't just set right that the government can ask to poke you with a needle, and if you tell them no, they can use it against you. But that's the state of affairs now. And as that law changed, from where now they can't use the refusal of breath, but they can use the refusal of blood, officers and law enforcement have responded, and they've started asking for blood now. So as we sit here today in 2023, it's rare for us to see DUI cases with breath. It still happens. Peachtree City does it a lot. But typically we're seeing the request for blood, and if there's a chemical test, it's typically a blood test. So that's how we've seen DUI evolve. DUI probably evolves more rapidly and more frequently than any other practice area. So make sure you're talking to your counsel about kind of what the details of your case are, what the state of the law is as far as fields, refusal, blood, refusal, breath consent, blood consent. These are all important questions you need to be asking. Follow our channel for more information. Call us if you have questions about your case at 470-635-1725.